Hello and welcome to the Paint Effects tutorial. Here we're going to take a look at Paint Effects and learn how to use some of its coolest features. We start with importing a photo. You can load from your photo album or from Facebook. Let's load one from the photo album. Tap the Effects button and it loads a menu of all the effects you have to work with. I'm going to select Sketch. After you've selected your effects, you can select a brush style. The options on the screen vary depending on the effects you have selected. In this case, you have sliders for brush edge, opacity, and size. You also have a color palette where you select the color. When you've selected a color, you'll see it on the brush icon, down here, and even in the effects menu. Also in the brushes menu, you have the handy color picker tool, which allows you to select any color from the photo by dragging it to the color you want and releasing. Now we're ready to apply the effects using our finger. The cool thing about Paint Effects is that we can apply special effects to just part of the photo instead of the whole photo. If it turns out you don't like the effects, you can use the undo button to take you back as far as you like. I'm going to try darkening the background now. From the effects menu, we select brightness. Now in the brushes menu, you can see the options have changed a little bit. Since the color palette doesn't apply to the brightness effects, it's gone, but we now have a brightness slider. Again, we apply the effect with our finger. To fine-tune the edges, you can zoom in using two fingers. You can also use two fingers to drag and reposition the image. Now we darken those edges. Setting the brush edge to harder works well for sharp edges. Let's say I accidentally apply an effects to an area I don't want. You can fix that with either the undo button as shown before, or you can use the eraser tool. To zoom out, use two fingers and pinch and drag. Alternatively, if you want to reposition the image with one finger, you can hit the pan zoom button and use one finger to move, two fingers to zoom. Go back to the effects mode when you're finished. What makes Paint Effects really unique is that you can apply several effects on various areas of a single photo. For example, we've already applied the brightness effects to make the background darker, but say we now want to make the subject brighter. We can simply select the effect, set up the brush, and now apply it to the desired area. Using different brightness in different areas of the photo is kind of a manual HDR trick. Let's select yet another effect, the colorize effect, and apply it to the subject. If I want the colorize effect to blend with the brightness effect, first I create a new layer. If I apply the effect without a new layer, the new effect simply replaces the old effect. Continuing with the colorize effect, let's give the background a greenish hue. Now we've got several different effects in the same photo. You can go on and on and on. Now let's say I don't like the background at all. Let's get rid of it. Using the Paint Effects, we select the color we want the background to be, and apply the effects. This effectively erases the background. Don't forget to save your work. To review, at the top here we have the main menu to load, save, and share files. Next is the effects menu where we can select from all kinds of cool effects. The brush menu sets brush options such as color and opacity. Next to that we have the undo and redo buttons followed by the help menu. Along the bottom we have the pan zoom mode for one finger positioning, the sketch mode to apply our effects, a mask mode which will be covered in a different tutorial, the eraser tool, and the layers tool, which creates new layers in order to combine effects. That's it for now. Here are some of the cool effects you can create with Paint Effects. Now go and create your masterpiece.